Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of May, 2023, and I'm looking at his Marvel Legends Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I picked up in Toys R Us Malaysia, and it cost me 124.90 ringgit, which in pounds is going to be, what, 20-something quid, so a bit expensive. Small size 1/12 scale figure. Got them because I like the character, but more because it's a small size figure, so it'll work more than 118. Comes with what, the body part for Cosmo. I wouldn't mind completing Cosmo, but I don't all the rest of the figures to do it. I might see if I can find one on Taobao. Probably could find them, so I might look at it in a minute. Looks very, very cool. Be interested to see how big he actually is and how he scales with my other 118 scale figures, even though he's 112. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this. If you like sort of content, want to see stuff as soon as it's uploaded, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen now. Get to see things early, no longer waiting around 1 week, 3 weeks, 2 months, and sometimes even more, believe it or not. And you also get free and inclusive entries into our prize draws and raffles when they happen, and exclusive content too. Okay, I'm going to unbox this and get into it, so be back in an instant. Stay tuned. Here he is. I will say this, he's expecting to be slightly bigger. He is smaller than I thought he'd be, and that's actually a good thing. I do have other Rocket Raccoons in the same scale, and I think he's probably the smallest one and probably the best one. He does look good. He's got some good articulation from what I can tell. The gun's pretty cool. He's going to fit in so well with 118 scale stuff as well. So before we get a close look at him, let's get a close look at the dog Cosmo, the bath part I got. Pretty good sculpting head, I have to say. And that should pop off. You can use that, and let's have a look. You can use that. Let me try and pop it off without breaking it. There we go. You can use that on the customs and other anamorphic figures if you wanted to too. Pretty cool. And it seems to have pretty decent articulation in this bath part. So you can see it's got a body part for left and right and sort of up and down. The neck section turns. There is a joint in the head for up and down, and you can turn because there's a ball and go side to side too. Pretty cool. Now let's look at the feature. The reason why I spent so much money on a tiny figure, on Rocket Raccoon himself. Let's get a little focus going on. The face for me seems to be a bit out. Doesn't quite look like Rocket Raccoon from number 1 and 2. I haven't seen number 3 yet, so I couldn't really say, but it does look pretty cool. Nice little body with articulation. The gun's pretty cool. Over his shoulder, he holds a sort of pistol part. Actually, I've got him not even gripping at the moment. He's holding elsewhere. Supposed to hold down there, but I guess if I bent his arm more, he could hold that. But it looks pretty good like that too. Almost like a rocket launcher. There's no drill barrels, indented. I'll put the light and you should be able to see this sort of almost like a mini rocket launcher, I guess, because there's four sort of mini barrels inside there. He is a really nice looking figure. Let's get an idea of his articulation. Now bear in mind, I do like my 112 scale figures, but 118 is my scale of choice because I've got so many of them. I can't really afford to go and get a lot of 112, even though I've got quite a few, he says. Okay, so head to foot. Let's change the light around a little bit. Okay, so head, we have a left and a right. We have a small up and down, sort of a side to side, and the mouth does kind of open a little bit, not a lot. Shoulders would go all around straight, but this sort of shoulder part gets in the way, and this arm it is all the way around easily. To the lateral raise, there's not much movement in there. There we go. Well, he's getting pretty good in the lateral raise, getting 180, 90 degrees in each. Bicep bend, I expected to fall down maybe. Yeah, not even 90, just under 90 on his left, and on his right arm, about 90, not bad. He's got trunk, so he's got forwards and a backwards, side to side he can turn. Waist, none that I can see. Tail will turn around, and there is a joint, so you can go, where's the joint? There you go. You can go upwards, you can go downwards, and so forth. You can go sideways, which is pretty cool. Hips, very nice on the outwards. Forwards is pretty damn good. Backwards is damn good too, to be fair. Really nice articulation. There's a thigh twist. There's a single kneecap. Take his tail out. Gets about 90 degrees. Foot, we can see that there is a decent tippy toe. The dorsiflexation is not bad. Is there a boot turn? There is. Oh, there's a boot turn. Fantastic. Real boot turn. And there is a slight swivel on the feet too. All in all, very nice articulation on this guy. I'm impressed. Let's get an idea of his size compared to 112 scale figures and to compare to 118. So I'm, you know, he'll be a custom in 118. I might just pop that head off and make it. Oh, that's quite a big ball. Make it into a different figure, not necessarily an animal figure. So let's get him standing up first of all. Okay, get a nice focus going on. Let's do size first. So just get my tape measure, and he is about 7.5 cm tall, so he is small. Now if I compare him to another Marvel Legend, I'll use one of the Heralds of Galactus, who's big but not huge Marvel Legend, and then you can see there is a considerable size difference. Get this guy to stand up first. It's got really loose ankle joint, which is really annoying. Big size difference, which really is going to make him stand out because of his small size in the scale. And the Herald of Galactus is about 16.5, 17 cm, so twice as big, but obviously he can't withstand Rocket Raccoon's charisma and weaponry. So it's a great figure, well scaled. Now if we compare him to 118 scale, so I'll take my Moff Mandu from Fortnite, because he's just such a great figure, such a fantastic head sculpt. And you can see that he's going to work so well with 118. If I grab a 124 scale, I use the Manhunter Grey Frog. This is a kit from number 57. These are some of the best kits in the market. Now bear in mind I have repainted this one. He will scale well with the 124 scale as well. It looks really, really good effect. How is he going to compare to my little custom? I've got a custom here which is made up of Maz from Star Wars and number 57. About 2 different number 57 kits and some other bits and bobs too. Let's get an idea how it scales with my custom, which is not finished yet, but approaching there. Fantastic. Might have to have him working with that team or that universe or something, not sure yet. But he does scale fantastically well for your 118 scale, and obviously he scales really well with your 112 scale to the scale he's actually made in. I'm really happy with the purchase, not the price, but the actual figure. I think is they've done a cracking job. Well done to Hasbro on that, and I'll be comparing him to the smaller scale one, who is meant to be, how big? 5.4, 5.74 cm in a moment as well, when I do the next review. Great figure, particularly if you want to do 118 scale customs, particularly if you find him cheap, because it wasn't cheap. And you do get a bath part, which I'm tempted to look for the other pieces to finish. You do get a nice bath with it, with a dog's head as well. And this really great gun, which will work with 118, 112, etc. Okay, this is Awesome Match Toy signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon, link in the video description below, and discount codes. And I'll see you next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye.